No matter where you want to go, whether it's Alaska, Spain, Thailand, or Africa, everyday people like you and me are traveling the world and getting paid to do so. Because for the first time in history, it's not only possible to get paid to travel the world, but people are actually taking advantage of this every single day if they know how. The point is, being a wealthy, successful entrepreneur and being able to travel and see the entire world is more attainable now than it's ever been in history. But a word of warning though, it can be a difficult process living this lavish lifestyle, being able to travel the world and getting paid to do so. And so if you're ready, I'm going to break down the top 10 tips that you need to know if you want to live the digital nomad lifestyle. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I hope you are ready for a very good one. We're going to be breaking down how I was able to travel the world for 5 years and build a significant business while doing so, and how you can too. And if you're new to the channel and you want to be a digital nomad, and make sure you do hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bells, because we're going to teach you exactly how you can leave the 9-to-5 lifestyle and start to travel the whole world. It might be a common thought process that while you're traveling the world, you're spending money, right? But that's not how it is for everyone. A lot of people think about vacations as just money flowing out of their bank account. But if you have the digital nomad lifestyle and you understand how you can make money while traveling the world, then you can actually travel the world full time. It doesn't necessarily have to be a vacation how most normal people think about travel. And just as a note, you guys are definitely going to want to stick around all the way to tip number 1, because just that one tip alone can totally change everything. And so without further ado, tip number 10 is you can do it. And as silly as that might sound, this is one of the biggest reasons that people don't actually get up and start to go see the world. Because the thing is, we all have a finite amount of time on this planet. We all die one day, right? So if you don't actually put in any effort to go see the world, you're never going to see the world, right? And so you have to believe that you deserve it and you can do it too. And I know that sounds silly, but it's actually incredibly important, because most people just don't feel like they deserve to go see the world. And because they feel like they don't deserve it, they don't put any effort towards it. And because they don't put any effort towards it, they never actually do it. And a very scary statistic that I was introduced to is some states in the USA, up to 75% of people live where they're born for their entire life. And that's a scary thought to me, because I want to go see the world, because if I don't see the whole world, how can I possibly feel comfortable knowing that I'm living in the best place? Tip number 9 is keep your costs low, at least at first. Because the thing is, it takes time to actually make this work. It takes time to be successful with this. So when you're first starting, having huge expenses can be a lot of stress, trying to figure out how to actually make things work, having all this money flowing out, feeling like it's a vacation, and panicking and feeling like you have to go home. And so if you're living in 5-star hotels the entire time, it's one thing, versus actually living economically. You're able to stretch it out much longer and give yourself more time to actually be able to afford and learn how you can afford traveling full time and living the digital nomad lifestyle. And although it can be tough saying no to doing all these fun things with people that you meet all the time, it allows you to actually have more time to make something work, to actually have some income coming in, so that you can actually travel the world much longer, even if you aren't living the life of luxury at first. Tip number 8 is diversify your income streams. And this isn't necessarily mutually exclusive just to traveling. People should always be doing this, but it helps traveling nonetheless. If you diversify your income streams and you actually have multiple different ways that you're making money, it can allow you to grow all of them at once. And once you have a few different income streams that are all pumping along, you're gonna have significantly more money to be able to afford to travel much longer. And there's basically infinite ways that you can make money using the internet, but some good ones if you're gonna be traveling full time are, you could start a travel blog or start a YouTube channel or Instagram page dedicated to your travel. And then you could actually create a course teaching people how you've been able to travel economically, how you've been able to find, better flights if you do that, how you're able to live at a much cheaper cost if that's something you're doing, right? And so there's so many different ways that you can take advantage of the internet, but one of the best ways is, of course, what you're watching right now, which is creating a YouTube channel. And if people actually enjoy what you're creating and enjoy watching your travels, then it becomes so much easier to do things like affiliate marketing, specific travel products. Again, you can create a digital course. You can make money from your YouTube ad revenue. There's so many different ways that you can make money once you start to develop a personal brand, which is an amazing thing that you can do if if you are living the digital nomad lifestyle. Which leads us to tip number 7, which is learn a high income skill. And what I mean by this is most people don't realize what they should actually be focusing on. If you're focusing on something that has a lower ceiling for scale, then you're gonna get good at that thing that has a lower ceiling and literally a cap on what you can make. But if you learn a high income skill, something like advertising, digital marketing, YouTube, things like that, those are skills that people will pay a significant amount of money for as a service-based business or even doing consulting. Tip number 6 is choose your social media wisely. You don't want to be wasting a bunch of time on Twitter and things that don't really actually work and create income for you. You'd rather spend all of your time on things that you know actually work. And the best things that you could possibly spend your time doing are, number 1, YouTube, what you're watching right now. Second is creating a Facebook group of like-minded people that you can communicate with and who will eventually want to buy a product from you if you do ever decide to make something like a digital course or sell something via affiliate marketing or create some type of brand that way. Third is, of course, Instagram, which is a perfect platform for the digital nomad lifestyle and for taking pictures of your travels and short videos and things like that. Anything outside of those 3, you should not be spending your time on. Even though people love talking about the big next craze like TikTok, spend your time on what works and wait for those types of things to actually mature a bit more before you actually put any time into something without any guaranteed return. Number 5 is niche down. A common thing that people think is that they should create a widespread, generalized brand because it's gonna appeal to more people, but that's actually the opposite of what happens in reality. How the world actually works is you want to specialize in just one thing. Be laser focused, become the best at that, and then people will literally start to seek you out just for your specific skill sets. Number 4 is be flexible. A beautiful part about traveling is you never really know what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to meet some internet millionaire, multimillionaire, or even billionaire throughout your travels. It happens every single day. So be flexible, be willing to change your plans, and be able to actually take advantage of incredible opportunities as they present themselves for you. And the thing is, if you're not traveling, if you're just sitting at home, you're never gonna have the type of opportunities that are going to be presented to you if you do take advantage and go out and travel and see the world. Number 3 is establish a schedule and stick to it. One of the hardest parts about traveling full time is there's lots of different time zones and there's constant new and fun things that you can take advantage of, and unless you actually are strict with your scheduling and actually set aside some time to go on your computer to learn, to improve your craft, right, to build your personal brand or do whatever you decide to do to actually start to monetize your travels, you have to actually establish a time and be strict about always using that time to actually move closer towards your passive income goals. Because I promise you, having traveled for 5 years, I know just how easy it is to just slip away and start to go out and party with brand new people every single day, but you don't want to do that. You want to actually be able to afford to do whatever you want all the time rather than just go on a vacation how most people think. You want to be able to travel whenever you want, however often as you want. Tip number 2 is your story is your brand, and you want to make sure that everything that you're actually putting out from a content perspective tells your story. The reason that I'm making this video right now is because traveling had a massive effect on my life, and traveling made me who I am. It allowed me to experience 50 plus different countries and cultures, and it made me realize what I actually found important in life and what I actually wanted out of life rather than just kind of drifting around in life how most people do. I had a purpose and I knew exactly what I wanted to do, what I wanted to see, and then once I saw the things that I wanted to see, I knew and felt very comfortable moving to the city that I knew I wanted to live in, having seen all of the different places that I'd ever wanted to see as a kid. And if you don't know what you want to do or what you want to focus on, then check out this link right here in the description. It's the money quiz. It will tell you what the perfect opportunity to make money online for you is. And without further ado, guys, tip number 1 is reverse engineer success. Reverse engineering success literally took me from a dead-end broke accountant who was sad, who was doing the same thing every day, who was literally living in the bounds of society, rotting in a cubicle, to creating everything that I'd ever wanted, being able to quit my job and see over 50 countries and create an 8-figure online business in less than 18 months. So what I mean by reverse engineering success is look at people who have the things you want. Look at people who are doing the things you want and think about how they're actually communicating. creating? Are they posting Instagram content, YouTube videos? Did they create an e-commerce business, right? And reverse engineer that back into it, see where they're making most of their money. Is it really passive income? What type of business are they actually taking advantage of? And then do the same thing. Reverse engineering success is the easiest way to get over the obstacle and feeling overwhelmed, not knowing what to actually do with your time. And so reverse engineering success is so easy nowadays because the world's information is at our fingertips with the internet. So all you have to do is just go out and look at the people that you are interested in, look at successful people, and figure out how exactly they found that success, and then go out there and do it yourself. And if you guys want to learn a great way that you can start making money online starting today, check out this video right here where we teach you how to make $300 or more per day simply by typing names. See you there. Kevin. David. I just made $300, or I could make up to $300